Okay, got Errol Jarrett, and we're going to talk about the Billy Joe Saunders and Chris Eubank Jr. situation. So what did you see on Twitter?
Yeah, all right. So on Twitter, all right, Chris Eubank Jr. is basically saying, one second, because I've got to bring it up on thing. He's basically saying that he wasn't aware of the contract. He wasn't aware of it. He's basically saying, I'll quote him as well, right? He's saying, so first off, right, this is like 4 hours ago, right? More than 4 hours ago. He's saying Frank Warren has tried to force me into signing a contract without my lawyers being able to look at it entirely and agreeing on it. So basically, Eubank Jr. He went to see the Mayweather Madonna 2 fight, and he was over there. You know, you could check it out on YouTube. Yeah, you'll see him on the Mayweather workout. So he was over there as his birthday.
Yeah.
And basically, Frank Warren sent the documentation over to obviously to their office, whatever, the Eubank Senior's office. But they haven't been there. They just got back this week. So they just got back this week, and now they've got back. Frank's been on the phone trying to talk to them, but obviously they haven't. They've been like in Vegas, so they haven't think. So they're trying to go through the contract. Frank's trying to rush him into the contract. So Frank further says, Eubank Jr. further says he scheduled a press conference before the contract was even looked at, right, properly,
right.
or properly looked at properly to try and rush us into signing an agreement in terms that we don't want. See, this is what I'm saying. So he's basically they're looking at the con. This is all rushed now because this is all in the week of he's just come back. So what day is today? Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So maybe let's say Monday he come back. So Frank's been ringing him up from Monday. They've been talking. So all up until yesterday, Frank's on the phone trying to talk to him. Eubank Jr. As far as Eubank Jr. is concerned, this is another quote from him. Go on his YouTube on Twitter, by the way, fight fans at Eubank Jr. You can check for yourself. He says there's no deadline or rush when it comes to my career. I'll sign once my manager team has gone through, and it's okay. So when it's completely completed, then he'll sign it. But you know, as you know, Billy Joe Saunders has already been in training. He's already been in training. He's already got sparring partners and everything all laid out. So he's already knew about this prior month ago. So
he's got 2 nutritionists and everything.
Yeah, so he's already booked. That's why the frustration is coming out on him. But obviously Frank knew this already, that the guy didn't. Eubank Jr. They haven't replied to him when he sent a month. If they replied to a month, then why put the press conference and put the advertising up?
Yeah. If that's the case, yeah. It's been a month. They've had a month, and now, so why? Yeah, exactly. Why put it up then? Because obviously, a month time you haven't heard nothing. Then you wouldn't advertise that. You know, that's ridiculous.
False advertisement right there.
But he keeps saying they had an agreement. He always says that agreement. He's done the same thing when he tried to sign Tyson Fury that time. And Mick Hennessy said, no, he's officially still my fighter, and the business wasn't done properly. And he's advertised a few fights which, you know, the ink wasn't signed. Like, you see Bundu didn't get his money and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, Frank obviously on their end, he's trying to push the fight. And the reason why, if you look at it, is to put sales up for the Chisora and Fury 2. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
That fight's lost a lot of steam.
Yeah.
It's lost so much steam. And when you put that fight in it, that fight boosted it up. And in my opinion, that Eubank Jr. and Saunders fight, it should be a separate fight, right? It should be a separate fight. You should take your time with that fight and build it up, make it a separate fight. But the fact you put an undercard, it will boost the sales. That fight, without that, is the card really that good without that fight there?
No, I don't think Tyson Fury and the rematch and Chisora is that big. I don't think it's that big, man.
It's lost because of what Fury has pulled out, and Derek obviously injured. It's just lost so much steam.
Yeah, Frank tried to say it was a football stadium fight. Man, Frank, get lost, Frank. Football stadium fight.
Never that. And you know, so that to me should have been a separate fight. And furthermore, like Frank himself, in what he's trying to do, I understand what he's trying to do. He wants to make the big fight, but there's certain things, there's certain protocol. You got to do things correctly.
Yeah, of course. Because that's look like what he's saying with Bundu. Take the rematch with Frankie Gavin. And Bundu said, you haven't paid me for the first fight about a rematch.
Yeah, he hasn't paid him for the first fight, has he?
Yeah. So, you know, with Frank, you got to be a bit, you know. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but there's 2 sides to every story, you know. There's always 2 sides, man. So Eubanks is speaking his side now.
And go on.
They've been steaming into Eubank Senior hard, man.
Yeah, that's another thing. Disrespecting Eubank Senior, but they haven't been there. But the thing is, and it comes down to it. So Eubank Senior and Eubank Junior, they bring a lot to Frank's promotion, right?
Yeah.
They do. They bring a lot to his promotion. So does Baron Saunders. But now you're saying with Billy Joe Saunders, if he doesn't get the fight after 5 o'clock, we're going to push Billy Joe Saunders to the world title shot. I don't know if that's a good thing either. So let's go through the champions, which is available. All right. So the WBO champion is they're fighting for the Quillen's vacant box. That's Andrade and another Russian guy. All right. So that's not available. All right. So we move on to the WBA. Right. The WBA champion is
It's not Golovkin, is it?
Yeah, it's Golovkin. You're right. It's Golovkin, right? And the other champion is Jacobs. All right, Jacobs is available, right? But Golovkin's already got a fight with Rubio.
Yeah.
Right. The WBC champion is Cotto, and he's already said he's not going to be fighting for this year. Right. That's out the window. And the IBF,
Sam Solomon.
Sam Solomon's already in a fight with Jermaine Taylor, so all their fights are booked. The only one there available to me is Jim Jacobs. Is Jim Jacobs available to be fight? So if Jim Jacobs not, who else are you going to put him? And why are you going to put? You're going to rush him into a world title shot, right? With him, maybe it's going to be an interim world title.
Well, Jacobs is the interim, innit? So.
No, I'm just saying maybe it might be an interim for the IBF or one of them.
IBF don't do interim.
Okay, well that's good. Well, the WB maybe the WBC interim. I don't know which interim he's going to be going for, but it's not going to be official world title unless it's Jacobs.
Yeah, he could fight Martin Murray for the interim or something, because Rubio's fighting for the full title, isn't it?
He could, but that's a hard fight, man. That's a sort of fight you want to just. You see what I'm saying? So either way, with Billy Joe Saunders, it's like you're putting rush now because Eubank, you got 5 o'clock to sign. If you're not, we're gonna get. It's like Eubank is missing out. Like Eubank is not missing out.
Yeah.
It's not missing out. Like if anything, the fight bans are being robbed. Like because this fight to take time. It needs to be taken time with.
Yeah, I mean, if Frank was serious about this fight, you can't give a man a couple of hours thing. Say, look, man, you know what I mean, we're gonna go back in and we're gonna negotiate it out and see. You know, that's what you do. No, the fight, you give a man 2 hours and stuff. 3 hours, whatever.
Well, so all on the phone. He said he talked verbally with the guy, the boxer, Eubank Jr. on the phone, and he agreed. But you can't do that. You can't do that. Why are you? That's what his team's being paid for. Boxers. That's why they have in America. They have attorneys. Over here we have lawyers. You go through lawyers and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
That's why Vivian got done because Vivian hasn't got no lawyer.
Yeah.
So Vivian done up. Right? He didn't have a lawyer. Eubank has a lawyer. His dad knows how things are. Like Eubank made a lot of money with the Hearns, man. He made a lot of money with the Hearns.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Money with the Hearns. Some of the fights were poor, regardless of anything. But he still became as far as I'm concerned, I'm surprised he's not even in the Hall of Fame, whatever. But he made a lot of money for them because they negotiated. They made sure everything was set, make sure he was all right. You know, they invested a lot of money, and this is the same thing with the junior. Dad's lost a lot of money.
I mean, it's not up to a young guy in his early 20s to sign contracts. That's not his job. His job is to punch and knock people out. That's his job, not to sign contracts.
He's going backward era, and now they're trying to more or less say bad things about Eubank Senior. Well, you know his dad's getting. Of course, his dad's going to be involved. This is his son.
Yeah, that's right, and he knows the ropes. He's been in the ring. You know,
those very intelligent man.
Yeah.
He used to be. Remember what Don King said about Eubanks Senior? He said he's like a barracuda when it comes to negotiating. He's not easy.
Yep, that's it.
They're not easy, Eubank. They sit down there and they cream through the whole thing. If anything, Eubank Junior Senior has probably got the same lawyer that he used to have.
Yeah. Because you've got the same coach, innit? Like,
Exactly. They've got the same kind of group.
Yeah.
You know, people don't understand about fighters, right? When fighters, you see the fight. There's a whole team behind them. You have a coach. You have nutritionists. That's what Billy Joe Saunders was saying. Billy Joe Saunders, for what I'm understanding, he's upset because he invested the money on sparring partners and everything. He's already put it out there thinking, yeah, we're going to have that fight. Frank's put it to it. But Frank should know that, all right, Frank tried to put the fight. But if the guy hasn't got back to you in a month, then why advertise it?
Yep, exactly.
Don't do it.
He hasn't got back to you in a month and you make a big press conference.
It's like me saying I'm going to take some girl out. I phoned the girl on the answer machine. Yeah, I want to take you out next month, this time, this, the other. She don't get back to me. Yeah. So what? I'm going to sit there, go to the table.
Yeah, you book up big restaurant and everything.
What about marriage? I want to marry you, yeah? And I book a hall and everything. I spend a lot of money. Can't she see how much I really want to marry her?
Yeah.
She's like, hold on a minute. It's just for the rest of my life here.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like boxing. This is my life here. You know, it's not like saying he's gonna lose to you. He's not like he feels he's gonna lose. That's not gonna do. It's to make
Frank shouldn't be negotiating with a 20. He should be like his lawyers are supposed to do that. Frank ain't supposed to be doing that. Lawyers and solicitors are supposed to be doing that, or whoever.
the whole thing you're supposed. The reason why they negotiate is because to make sure they're looked after in the pay packet. That's all this comes down to. Make sure you're looked after.
Yeah.
If you lose, is there a rematch clause? See, that's nothing. People, is there a rematch clause if you lose? If I win, how much am I getting? You know, seats raised for his family, because you know the Eubanks, yeah, they like to take the whole first row. You know, when they're watching their fights. You see what I'm saying? There's a whole heap of things come into it, bro. There's a whole heap of things come into it when a fighter goes into fights. There's loads of it. You see how upset Mayweather was when his family was separated when they were watching his fight.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about that at all.
No, he wasn't happy about that.
That's why my guy went. I think that's one of the reasons why Ellaby got sacked, isn't it?
Ellaby's still there.
Is he still there? Yeah.
He went there. He was there on the court case when Mayweather went to Vegas to talk about the sparring thing. He was still there. Ellaby was still there.
Okay. Well, Floyd was saying
he said a lot of people. I think people jump to conclusions. Well, Ellaby's still there in some sort of capacity. Ellaby's not going to go nowhere. In some capacity, maybe he's been demoted certainly, but he was there when he had to go to the commission to talk about the sparring of the young kids, and that's why he came out and said it was fake. He said that all of it was props, fake. Well, I don't know if it's fake. He's going to say that though, isn't it?
Of course.
He's going to say that. But let's go back to Eubank Jr. So, as far as I'm concerned, they gave a deadline. You're trying to rush the kid into something, and they're not going to do that. So, Eubank Jr. has already said, when it comes to my career, there's no rush. So, basically, as far as I'm concerned, that fight's not happening for now. Yeah. Not like it won't happen. But Billy Joe Saunders, to me, is like, okay, you're saying Frank is giving you a world title. Let's see you out. See, Frank's put himself in the corner. What world title are we talking about? So, that'll be you?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because there ain't no free lunches there. Because even Daniel Jacobs, that ain't no easy fight.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. Dimitri was not going to be. I don't know. The thing is, he should have really got the shot, the vacant shot for the Russian thing. Hey, you know what? Maybe that Russian guy's pulled out of that fight. Maybe they're going to put Demetrius in there instead of Saunders. Just speculation. Just bit of speculation. I don't know. But
was Andrade fighting for the middleweight title, innit? What belt?
He's fighting for the WBO, but he's fighting for Quillen's vacant belt.
Oh, with Korbarov.
Yeah, cool. There you go. Maybe Korbarov's pulled out, and maybe things then I don't know. Or maybe
Billy Joe, innit? Billy Joe's thing.
Maybe that's Norrie.
That's a good fight, man.
Maybe that's Norrie's really his head. Well, we don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out in a couple of hours. But right now, But the thing is, again, are you fast tracking Billy Joe Saunders because you can't get the Eubank? But that's a bit dangerous to me. He's just won the European belt in his last fight.
Yeah.
A couple of defenses, get your thing up, and then go challenge for the world. But you put them in there too early, like Bundu. Look what happened to Bundu and Frankie Gavin. Was he ready for Bundu? But a type like Bundu.
Well, he wasn't. Like the body shot nearly caved him in.
He finished him in, and he still believed he won that fight.
Nah, you see, he didn't win that fight. You see, Frankie, he found out that he could still improve, but he realized there's levels, and he hit another level there.
Yeah.
That's the first guy threw combination punches at him, man.
Yeah, and he wanted the rematch. Frank trying to say the rematch. So leave it alone, mate. So now they're putting him with Bradley Skeet. I think Bradley Skeet might be able to take him. He's bloody awkward.
But you see, that's the thing with like fucking Frankie. With thing, he didn't pay Bundu, and he's talking about a rematch. You want the man to have a rematch. You didn't pay him for the first. Well, according to Bundu, he wasn't paid. So that's why when Frank makes some statements like, Eubanks is stalling and that, you have to take it with a grain of salt. Two sides to a story, man. Two sides to every story.
That's right. And look, man, at the end of the day, this is the fight game. You want to see the fights, but at the end of the day, the fighter and his team have to look out for the welfare, because when it's all done, you're going to end up by yourself watching the TV, and you don't want to be in a situation where you're bankrupt and you're on the street drunk and all that. That's not about it, bro. It's not about it, really. Fighting is a real brutal, hard man sport, yeah. And regardless of what you think about Eubank Jr., there's certain things and protocol you need to do. First and foremost, Billy Joe Saunders, he said we've agreed to all these demands. So how do you agree to his demand when they're just going over the contract like tonight?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you what are you putting out here? What are you putting out? That's a lot of lies.
Yeah, we've agreed to all the demands, and then he says, all right, well, if they're gonna fuss over this in the contract, you contradicted yourself. You said you agreed to all the demands. Now you're saying they're fussing all over over certain.
You know why they're fussing? Because they haven't seen the contract. That's why.
Yeah, they haven't seen it. You got to read the thing. You can't just sign it, man.
Frank shouldn't do that. And the thing is, that's the thing about social media, where Frank could have got away with it in the BBC, and he could put anything. Like he had Fleet Street there behind him.
Yeah.
put stuff out in the papers, and that'll be like fact. You'd have to take it like like the Bible of the Ring magazine.
Yeah.
When they put out something as fact, with social media, with the fighter allowing himself to talk, you can't get away with it.
That's right. Because out just seconds after Frank ended that press conference, you go on Twitter, you check my man's timeline, and you hear him breaking it down. You hear him breaking down what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. So this is the thing, fight fans. If you look deeply, a lot of people probably are upset with Eubank Jr. But the bottom line is, when he's going to be interviewed, go, well, he don't feel no ways, and that's the Eubank Jr. I'm talking about, throwing promoters underneath the bus. He threw Hennessy underneath the bus before the contract was thing. Before he left Channel 5, he said, I'm leaving them already. He already said that before he actually got in the ring on his last fight in Channel 5. Said he was leaving, and then they asked Hennessy after the fight. Eubank said he's leaving because we don't know about that. Eubank's really threw him underneath the bus already. Yep. So when it comes to Frank Warren, and he's a young kid as well, he'll throw Frank underneath the bus. Nice, right?
Yeah, he ain't got no problem with that.
Nah, he hasn't. He hasn't. The thing is, they've got one more fight with Frank, right? This is what I'm saying. It was a 3-fight deal, right? So he ain't got one more fight with him. Frank in his contract has to do one more fight with him, and he tried to get that fight, rush that fight with him. So that's gonna happen. When they interview Eubank Jr., right? Trust me, Frank better iron things up because Eubank Jr. will just iron him out. He was straight throw him underneath the bus because, I didn't agree to that. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what Frank was talking about.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's a take on it. But like, right now, as far as I'm concerned, that fight's not happening for now. I hope it might happen later on, right? But Frank, with Billy Joe Saunders, I'm very interested in who Frank puts him in the thing because Frank made big statements now.
Yeah, they're going for a world title and that, so we'll see what's happening there.
We're going for a world title, trying to make Eubank. You
ain't going for the world title, bro. They ain't going for the world title. You know what I mean?
I'm going for a world title right now. You better get me now because I'm going for a world title. You might not see me. Listen, do you know you're going for a world title? Do you know how steep that is? But it means your level of opponent is going to be way better than what you're facing. Now you're going to be in struggle, life and death fights, bruv.
Yep. He hasn't fought no one remotely world class.
They're hard fights. Look who Bundu come down, from the tube, starving Bundu. You got people like, but that middleweight division is hard. I don't know. How tall is Frankie Gavin? Not Frankie Gavin. Billy Joe Saunders. How tall is he?
Billy Joe, he's about 5'10", I think.
Okay, right. He's a decent fighter, right? He still hasn't. He does. But I'd like to see him a couple of fights in the European thing.
I like to see either him or you fight that Sergei Kamitsky. I like to see them fight that dude there. That'd be a good test for either of them.
He's number one contender. He's like ranked number 2 or something like that for that belt. He's in line to fight. But so how you like him? You see what he did to Lion Road, yeah? How you like him, Dimitri? Because I think Dimitri might get through. How you like him versus Saunders versus Dimitri Andrade?
I've got Andrade the favorite.
Okay, another thing as well. Where would that fight be? You think it would be in England?
The best place for them to have it would be in England.
They're not gonna for Billy Joe Saunders, right?
Yeah. Then the odds would sort of like swing a little in his favour. He'd have a hometown advantage.
It's not gonna help. It's either way. It's a tough fight, and this is what I'm saying. So you're basically putting yourself from fighting Eubank Jr., which is kind of a 50-50 fight. And really, you're probably favourite. Billy Joe Saunders, let's get it right now, is probably slightly the favourite, right? Yeah. I know you want to build on potential. Slightly the favourite. From where you're slightly the favourite, where now you're getting into a gulf where could be outclassed or you could look good. So it's quite you're spinning the dice as far as I'm concerned. You know, is it worth it? Because you could end up with a loss now, and now Billy Joe Saunders goes, when I lose, you're gonna be way down there and this and that. What about you? What about if you fight in your next fight? You better concern yourself with your next fight, mate.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You better watch that Frank don't push him into a situation he ain't ready for, boy.
That's what I mean. That's what it is. All right, that's what it might come down to. So
see, but what you see, that's what Frank said that because he wants to keep the customers interested. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're going for a world title.
Yeah, there you go. See, Beast has got it right. That's exactly what it is. This is all. If you guys know about cars, man, selling you a car doesn't work properly, the engines. When you buy it, you're like, oh, how come he can't drive? Go on, he come back. Don't worry, we'll fix it and start. This is what Frank does. He's a car salesman, isn't it?
Yep, and he's always trying to convince people that everything's great. He was talking about. I think they've got 350,000 memberships on Box Nation now. He's saying all that. You know what I mean? If that's true. They might do. But he's always trying to, say, yeah, everything's, really good. You don't really see Eddie Hearn doing that. He just talks about the fights and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
They've got the best platform. They've got the best platform though. They have the best platform. Everyone knows Sky Sports is serious, bro.
Are they way ahead right now? You say?
What's that? No, yeah, no. Like I'm just saying, you're talking Box Nation is Sky. Look, they've got Sky News. They've got football membership.
Yeah.
You're getting a whole football crap. That's a completely different ballgame. That's look. The Froch and Groves is the future, mate. That too, Froch and Groves 2 is the future for anyone who wants to earn big money. Eddie Hearn can bring it. He's done it already. He can do it again.
Yep.
So you know, what I mean, the Box Nation is no way in that. The biggest thing they ever did was Hay and I think it was Hay and Chisora. That was really big. Yeah. But that was as big. That's not as big as bloody. That's not as big as Groves and Froch 2. It's no way did. No way did it.
Nowhere near. They didn't build it. Well, they did build it up quite a bit, but.
It was built like a lot of people want to see it. Like I'll be honest with you, the venue and everything. It sold out.
Yeah, football ground.
Yeah, but what's it? Was it Millwall?
Was it Millwall or West Ham? West Ham, wasn't it?
I mean it.
Yeah.
It's still not big enough. What Eddie proposes is ridiculous.
Yeah, not Wembley Stadium, man. Not Wembley Stadium.
No. See, exactly. So end of the day, Eubanks is they're probably gonna take their time with it. This fight's not gonna happen for now. It might have, but Billy Joe Saunders, I'm very interested to see who they fight against and whatever.
Yep, me too.
Okay.
And I'm going to see after this video, I'm going to quote Frank. Anyhow Billy ain't fighting, you know what I mean, like Solomon or Andrade or whoever's available, I say, so where's the world title fight then?
Yeah.
Oh, you watch. I'm going to quote them. I mean, I'm holding Frank to what he's saying.
Yeah, that's right. And Billy Joe Saunders, I understand what your frustration. I understand your frustration and you're upset. But the thing is, you know, maybe you're being done by as well. You're not privy to what's going on, or maybe you are. But if Frank Eubank Jr. was on holiday and he didn't see the contract for a month, then that means they don't know about the fight. There's no reason to advertise the fight.
He called him a faggot, man. Don't you think I went too far?
No, the fight is
faggot, you know.
No, not really. You could call him. The thing is, if anything, he's offending. He's actually, if people was to listen to the fight, because I was thinking that's homophobic remarks, and he said something about Polish as well, which I felt was a bit strong,
Yeah, Polish pub men, you know.
That's racist remarks, for Polish people. It's making people hate him more and more. If you're a Polish person, you heard him say that, you're like, what? That's bloody racist. Saying and then saying it about things, homophobic remarks, because you can't get your way, it shows you what kind of person you are. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
He's selling the fight. He's just trying to sell the fight, to be honest with you. And he's basically pandering to his fans.
He's not trying to sell. He's trying to sell himself, making my man look like a coward and this and that.
Good. Well, listen, look, keep saying that stuff, right? You basically keep saying that stuff, but Eubank is not going to do anything until they make sure everything's in their favor and make sure things are fine. You're not rushing something like that. They're not going to do it, right? So that fight there, it will happen. It'll make sure Eubank Jr. has things clear, everything sorted out, and this, that, the other. He talking about an incident in a nightclub where they saw Eubank Jr.'s people and they jumped in the car and they drove off. And I was like, why are you mentioning stuff like that we don't even need to know? But I guess
that's the hooliganism.
Well, that's what it is. He says, we saw him and he was going to... You know what I'm saying?
Hooliganism, man. Come on, he should be more professional. Who you got if the fight actually happens? Who you got?
Right, well, as it stands right now.
Yeah.
I've probably got Eubank Jr. Like, he's just cool, got things cool. Word that he's a thing. This what isn't it? What his dad done to Nigel Benn?
Yep.
Same thing, sacked them out, innit?
He did, man. He did. He did.
Like, got him completely under his skin. You can imagine Eubank Jr. when he sees Saunders, he's not gonna pander to him. He's just gonna ignore him and say little things to him, and that's gonna make Billy Joe go off the plot. I can see Billy Joe straight when he sees him, he's gonna attack him.
It looks like, I think he's losing control. Yeah, so that could be a distinct.
Yeah, he looks like he's off. He looked like he's off the rock. And you see the way, when they saw him at the press conference, right? And you saw them at the press conference. So you look at the press conference, you see Frank, you see the trainer Billy Eames, whatever his name is, right?
Jimmy Tibbs,
right? You see how they look deflated.
Yeah, they did. The conference was dead up, innit?
He got embarrassed. They're embarrassed. That's why he's flaming. He's embarrassed, and you know what I mean. Now you're coming out your comfort zone, innit? If Billy Joe Saunders is a calm guy, he likes to take his time and be calm. Now he's bloody losing the plot. Now you're doing stuff you don't normally do, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a raven. Eubanks caught right underneath his skin. He's ranting and raving, demanding the fight and this and that. Oh, we don't want it no more. When after we get our world title, sure. Well, you listen, mate. Where are you gonna make your big money? Where's your biggest payday coming?
Man, he should just defend his European or his British a couple more times.
And chill. The reason why I say that is just to make him feel better. But Billy Haynes, what's his name again? Thingy Eames, whatever. They know they've been had.
Yeah.
Frank, if anything, Frank's made them look bad. He's just made them look bad. That's all it is. He's made them look bad. You shouldn't do that, right? You shouldn't do that to the kid, innit? If you haven't got a fight, if the guy hasn't seen the contract for a month, then don't advertise the fight. Just don't do it.
Man,
No?
yeah, it's out of order, man. That's some underhanded. That's underhanded in my opinion.
Yeah, making then go when he hasn't turned up, or it's all on him. No, it isn't. It's on you. You knew that already.
Well, at least we got both sides of the story, two sides to the story. So
If you send a thing and the guy hasn't seen it for a month, then it shows the guy's not interested. I think that.
Yeah.
What signs are you not getting?
Because the way they was talking, I thought, I was shocked to hear the fight weren't signed and they're advertising it like that.
He's done it before.
Yeah.
He's done it before.
Yep.
He's done it before. Done it a couple of times. Frank, let me put it this way, right? Anyone buying a Frank Warren card, buying one of his cards to see one of his fighters, you better take the time with it, mate.
Yep.
Until the ink's dry, when you see them the weigh in and that, then maybe. But even then, not too sure, because look what happened with Cesaro and Fury too. It was supposed to happen, innit? It was all there, and then next thing you know, it evaporated, and they brought another guy in, that evaporated. That's not Frank's fault, though, by the way. No. But it seems like a lot of things in the Box Nation fight calendar, some of them are falling through. It's not the most stable thing. When I go to Eddie Hearn's, right? Eddie Hearn, I went to Wembley, and I think it was Baron Barker was supposed to fight. I think I was supposed to see Lee Purdy versus Carson Jones. And when he replaced them with good other fighters, he replaced them with decent other guys. Proper decent. It weren't. I need to take my money back. He replaced them with proper, all right guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like I want to take my money with that. And then they added George Grove onto the card, didn't they?
Like who did Lee Purdy fight? He fought that guy who fought Berto. I can't remember.
Yeah. He fought the Mexican.
Rivera. Yeah. Rivera.
Yeah. It was good, right? He replaced him. Then he added George Grove onto the card as well.
Yeah, that guy beat Purdy, boy. He robbed him.
They robbed him. Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is that he replaced it with good that you wouldn't take your money back. With Frank, it's a bit hard, man, because he's a bit thin. It's a bit thin in talent, and some of the talent you're still trying to bring them to the forefront, isn't it? Yeah, but all right. Well, fight fans, innit? You can check it out for yourself. Like I said, check Eubanks' Twitter page for more information. For Frank, check Frank's page. That's where you get where I got my information from. Regardless if you want to make excuses and say, well, you should fight him anyway. Well, there's that side of it. But the fighter has to look out for himself. And they like Eubanks Jr. said, it's his career. So
so you don't think a 5-week training? So Eubanks will probably get about a 4 or 5 week training campaign. That long enough?
No, that's not good enough for that type of fight. This is the Eubanks Jr.'s best opponent. Why would you need about probably a month, 1.5 or something like that? 2 months to 2 months. Let's think about it, right? So if he gave it to him a month ago, right, and Saunders knew about that, Saunders has already been training a month already. So he's got 2 months. It'll be coming up to 2 months. Saunders will be training for the Eubanks Jr.
True. He'd have way.
Man's got 2 months and he's got 1 month.
Yeah. He'd have a big advantage.
It's a massive advantage. What? And then to get sparring partners who fight like him. It's hard, isn't it?
Yep. I agree. But man, it's a shame to lose that fight, man. It's a shame to lose that.
If it's gone, right? It can happen. It can happen again, but it just won't happen on this card. That's what I'm saying. Right?
So have they said they're moving on after the 5 o'clock deadline?
Well, they said that they're gonna go for a world title.
Okay.
So if they go for world title, but Eubank has still got another fight with Box Nation, right? And I'd be interested to hear what him and his dad have to say about Frank's underhandedness, yeah? That's going to be interesting, right? But I'm not saying the fight won't happen. I'm not saying I don't think it's going to happen on this card, which is not sad, right? So fight fans don't get despondent about it. The fight will happen if it's going to happen. Because
if it's destined to happen, it will happen. Man.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen on this card here, because I still believe that fight shouldn't be on no undercard.
Yeah, it's definitely a main... For British boxing, that's a main event, man.
It's a main event. It's a big event. I don't know if I'd go down there. The crowd would be proper rowdy, man.
It would be, man.
It would be rowdy, isn't it?
Yep.
What about you? They have that fight. What about Newbeck Jr.? They designed it, yeah, where they negotiate, have to fight in Brighton. Come on, that'd be big in Brighton.
Wow. It'd be massive in Brighton, boy.
You know, Newbeck Senior was big in Brighton. Brighton love it. When's the last time Brighton had won their world. Well, in fact, Eubank Jr. is their only world champion, isn't it?
I think he is.
I
I can't remember no world champions coming out of Brighton, man. Flipping out.
Yeah, they could have to fight in Brighton. I'm sure he sells a lot of tickets in Brighton.
It would be massive in Brighton.
It would be massive in Brighton.
Massive. Huge.
Massive.
Eubanks is like the mayor of Brighton, isn't it? See
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
All right, then. Yeah, that'd be big. All right, then, fight fans.
Peace.
Aaron Jarrett.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.